Hello, my name is Nicole Lynnay. I'm a spiritual facilitator, healer, teacher, coach, a little bit of everything all in one. I want to talk about karmic ties, forgiveness, healing these core wounds, detangling your stuff from what no longer serves you, and mending, your family dynamic. A lot of people think, I don't know what they think. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a fucking clue what you guys think. Alright. Alright. Sorry. Focus. Actually, let me back the truck up. I want to apologize for being away so long and making these videos. I took some time for myself. I had to be there for my family. I chose to be. I didn't have to do anything. It's what I wanted to do. And now I'm back on my path. And I'm feeling really good about it. I finally moved back to Milwaukee. And it makes me happy to be back here in this area. Things they're unfolding perfectly, exactly the way that they should be. Not that this journey was easy. It was not easy. It's still not easy. You got to really be careful and watch what's happening here. So, back to thank you for watching. And if you've ever seen these videos and you're back to watch, thank you. And if you're new, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you continue to watch. All right, karma. I've talked about this before, but we're going to talk about it again. What you do to somebody is yours. What they do to you is theirs. All right? But how do you detangle? And how does the family dynamic get caught up in this? Well, a lot of times we have family issues. So we just are coming in different roles, right? And we're coming in here to learn the lessons that we haven't yet learned. And that is to release with love. All right? That is to release regardless of what they've done with love. And now you've detangled yourself from the mess. Now I know that some people are saying, no, you have to wait for the other person to forgive you. I don't know if that's true or not. I actually think that's the stupidest thing ever. It's forgive yourself and forgive the other person. All right? Forgive yourself for thinking that person knew how to treat you better, right? And then forgive yourself for not seeing the red flags. Like that, to me, is super important for people to understand. Because a lot of times, like for relationships, for example, people get into these relationships and they ignored every red flag, right? Because they had an idea of what they wanted and they thought, oh, yeah, this person, it's good enough. And I'm going to ignore all this and somehow I'll mold it into what I want and it's going to be perfect and it's going to work out. And then when it doesn't, they're pissed off at the other person. And they're looking at them and now they're in woe is me and it's all this person's fault and the blaming. But the self-mastery, the self-empowerment that comes in here is really looking at yourself and your choices. Why are you mad? Does this person know how to love themselves? Do you know how to love themselves? Not too long ago, I ran into somebody and she had broken up with this guy and she was feeling a lot of emotions coming up and she was really mad at him over it. And I specifically asked her, when you look in the mirror, can you say, I am enough and believe that? And she was like, no. I said, so why are you expecting him to fulfill a void that you have not done for yourself yet? And she just looked at me like, well, and I go, that's not his job. And this is something that's really hard for people to understand is it is not someone else's job to fulfill these empty holes and wounds that are inside you. It's your job to do that. It's the other person's job to come in and complement who you are, to help lift you and rise you up, but not fill this void. Because if you need that person to do that for you and they leave, you are lost. You are looking for yourself in everything. And that's where addictions come in, right? Like addictions come into play because I'm looking for something outside of myself when it was inside me all along, but I just didn't know that. Like I needed to prove my validation to somebody. I need to, whatever it is it was external when it was always internal. But again, we aren't taught that. So in family dynamics, if somebody keeps coming into your life and they are negative, and it's actually a gift in a weird, if you can look at it this way, the person who's coming in your life with so much contrast is a gift to show you what still needs to be worked on within you. Because if they're able to rattle you, then you still have something stuck in your cellular memory that needs to come up and out. So they've just triggered it, they've activated it, and it's for you to sit down, be with yourself, and learn how to release that. Now, how I do that is I'll sit with myself and I'll ask myself certain questions, like, what am I here to learn from this? Why is this bothering me? What emotions am I feeling right now, right? And I always say, I acknowledge you. Anxiety, you may go, I bless you, your services are no longer needed. And I might say it 3 times. That is me releasing the trapped emotions that are lodged in my body. Very important to do that, because the more you do that, the more you become in oneness with your body, and the more you are controlling your balance. You're not able to be knocked down, so to speak. If you've looked into trans reality surfing, it's like a pendulum game. This is energy, right? And there are pockets in our chakras and different energy fields, and people can, even if they don't know, there's an energy aspect that can see those pockets, right? And they're going to try to knock your foundation. And it's your job to build a strong foundation so no one can shake you from that. So if you hold God is love and the golden rule, do unto others as you would want done unto you. But that is a really tricky thing to do unto others as you would want done unto you, because some people might say, I don't give a shit if this person does it to me, but it's not right. It's not backed with like, that's ethically not right, that's morally not right, that's probably not a good thing. But maybe they just don't even know what. A lot of people don't know this. What does a healthy person look like? What is a healthy, in most people's mind, they think a healthy person is someone who has a perfect physical body. They're a healthy person. But that is not, in a spiritual aspect, that's not a healthy person. Maybe they are healthy in these aspects, but that's not how I view a healthy person. I view a healthy person as somebody who is emotionally and mentally and physically and spiritually stable. Like they're in alignment, in perfect balance and harmony in their body. They know what true love is. They know how to stand on their power. They know how to love themselves and honor themselves. They know how to, walk with spiritual integrity. Very important, walk with spiritual integrity. Like, this is to lift people up, not to tear them down, to honor the divinity within each other. Like, those are gifts. But again, if you've never really seen that, if you look around on TV, do they show that very often on there? If you see our political setup, all we're watching is people fighting, right? So it's really hard to even find somebody who is living authentically true to who they are. Like, that's why this journey for me, I didn't realize how intense the spiritual process was going to be, to let go of my false self, to really surrender to something that was way deeper inside of me, to allow another soul aspect to merge within me. And like, that's where the rise out of ashes comes from, right? Like, you die, a part of yourself dies so you can rise into somebody new. You let this old egoic self, this negative, wounded aspect of yourself go, and then you rise above it. And in a beautiful way. It can be beautiful, but it can be hard if you don't have a strong spiritual support. Like, for me, I had really great spiritual guidance, and that was my spiritual team guiding me. I didn't have a book I went through. I didn't have an actual physical teacher. I didn't have those things. I just had some really deep-rooted faith inside me, and I had a boyfriend who transitioned before me, who was helping me guide, and I was connecting to my spiritual team, who I call them they, right? Because I don't really know who's talking to me. Like, it's like, and then there's like thought transfers, like somebody's sending me a thought, like, bing, oh, I have this thought that just, came to me. I do know when my mom talks to me, though, and it's very cute. So, anyways, so, where was I at? I totally lost my train of thought, but I'm really here to help people understand how to heal from this stuff. I've been through a lot. I hated my son's father. I had issues with my mom and my dad and my siblings. Like, all these things kind of came up. Issues with my son, and I've got grandkids, and all this stuff that just keeps coming up. But I've somehow managed to detangle myself from all the karmic heaviness, all that stuff. So now I'm like balancing between two worlds, right? I'm in the spiritual world and the physical world, and I'm just doing my best to stay as high as I can and not swaying down from that world. I'm just staying connected to source, because it feels way better to stay fully connected than it does to come back down into 3D. I can definitely tell you that. The little wobbling that I do, and it doesn't happen very often anymore, thankfully, it is like, it's so heavy down there. It's like, takes all the energy from my body to recuperate from that fall to get back to where I was. And it doesn't take me that long, and I'm telling you, like, it takes a lot to get me to that space right now. But when it does happen, it's like, oh my goodness, it's so heavy. So if you're looking to declutter some of the webs that you're carrying in your cellular memory, comment below. Let's talk about some things. If you have a situation that you are dealing with and you want some guidance, leave me a comment below in this video, and the next video I will make, I will try to answer those comments. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Nicole Lynnay with thehealerswings.com. I'm working on another project that's going to be coming up soon too, and I'm very excited about it. So more details down the road. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.